find a way to record our own album and then get a record deal or something.
That would cost us so much and we can't afford that.
That's exactly my point. We need to find a way to start making some real money so that we can get out of this squalor.
It's always like this for first timers. You feel like a virgin.
Yes, sir. You go better. Oh, yeah. You go better. My brother make me never tired. You go better. You go better. Oh, nothing ever.
Flipsyde Studios presents the musical phenomenon that defines the generation. Hoodrush.
Hoodrush is a musical thriller of two brothers who, against all odds, find themselves living in the ghetto. Apart from their good looks, they also have amazing talent in singing, and fast-tracking their career in music is their ultimate goal. But you know, life in the ghetto don't come without as many vices for these guys, so their only hope comes in the form of participating in talent on shows.
Hoodrush basically centers around two brothers, Shez and Tavier Jabari, who are trying to make meaning of their musical careers. A career which isn't strange to them because their father lived that life, you know, tried to leave a legacy for them. But the event of things, circumstantially, they end up in the hood and decide to, for whatever reason, pick up that life and make it happen. But generically, you see a lot of other young people who are also basically trying to get themselves out of the hood and work out a music career, a successful music career. So the movie basically, you know, touches on everyone's attempts to make some meaning out of the hood and make some life that makes some sense.
I think this music is nice, and I love what he plays. So I'm gonna hand over to somebody else to take it over. I know what I wanna sing. Said I know, yeah.
Two brothers, Shez and Tavier, you know, they are not just musicians by accident. They are musicians by choice. You know, coupled with the fact that they had history. Their father happens to be a musician too, and during his time, he was more of an activist with his music. So the government actually cut him short before his time. So, which leaves the two brothers, you know, in a sham.
We had to call in a music composer to begin to produce the music. So that happened in conjunction with me, with a couple of other composers. The guy, Patrick Matthias, spearheaded the writing of the songs, and he really did a good job.
The songs were out of this world. It was original. It was suited for the script. When I say these songs were nice, they were really, really nice. And to think it was written by a Nigerian, I was impressed.
Maybe we would like to have a few. This is love. This is one of the first that I've seen of its kind in the country. You know, a musical movie, that is. You know, entertainment, the music industry is one of the biggest things in Nigeria right now as far as entertainment goes. So, you know, having a movie in that perspective, you know, I'm expecting something huge, you know, like a big blockbuster, you know, something that's going to go beyond, you know, Nigeria and Africa. And, you know.
The cynics, yeah.
We actually wanted actors who could act very well and also sing, because we want the actors to perform their songs, so that way it's going to be more believable. Because you know, in a musical, if you get an actor who cannot sing, they may not be able to express the song the way we want them to express it. So we need actors who could also sing, so that when they are expressing the music, it will be believable and it will come natural to them.
I play Shez and Tavier, the older of the two brothers who put their music together, who perform at a club. Shez is the one who is the risk taker, who seems to be bent on, you know, doing what is necessary to move his career forward, even though sometimes they are, you know, risks that would not generally be accepted. But he is at the point where he really needs to shake off everything that seems to be holding him and take risks. He's at the point where he's basically tired of what it is people would assume would be the status quo to getting ahead in life. So Shez is that daring young individual who is throwing himself all out there to make sure that this happens in one way or the other, irrespective of the consequences. Very edgy parts to play, but very interesting as well.
Yeah, I played the younger brother, you know, of the two brothers. The character called Tavier. Yeah, that's what I played. And OC, my only lookalike in the industry, you know, according to friends and fans and all that. So they came up with this idea, like, you guys really look alike, and the director did a wonderful job by pairing us being brothers on this movie. So I played the younger, he played the elder. So Tavier is young, but not that young. He's a very strong character. He's key to the movie, and I call him the lifeline of the movie, because at the end of the day, the story was told from his perspective, and it was fun playing the character Tavier. It was physically challenging. It was mentally tasking as well. It was all in all for me, because it's a total experience, you know, because I have to do a lot of singing, and we still have to say our lines, and we still have to get through to the heart of a story. So Tavier, for me, wonderful character, played and expressed by me.
Action.
Shakira is, maybe some people would call her a bipolar character, or you'd call her, she's what we call complicated, you know, because one minute she's thinking A, and the next minute you go from thinking A to thinking Z.
I played the girlfriend to one of the young men who is a young, naive girl who lives with her aunt, but she's going through some little bit of sexual molestation from her landlord. With her aunt in the know, someone who's supposed to protect her, but she really has no voice.
Rotate. So you beat her. Action!
Well, the most challenging part to me was, like I said, I played the club owner, and there was an impromptu stage where I needed to play the MC at the club, which wasn't part of my script, but it just came at that moment, and I had to actually memorize it and then knock it out.
Action!
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot my lines.
There's this guy who was already commissioned to get us our sets. He had brought pictures to us. He had shown us this set and even some of our props, and we had approved them, and we were happy that we had all that sorted out, only for us to get on set, and this guy didn't show up. He just didn't show up. We called him that, hey, the set, we are at the location. He gave us the address of these locations. We were there. We get there, the guy didn't show up. They didn't allow us in. We just had to improvise, had to look for a similar set, and had to pay for it. Apparently, all the set that this guy said he had gotten, nothing came up. And he was paid for it, so we had to come up quickly to get another set, pay for it, and still continue our shoot within our schedule. Because it is very critical for us to keep to our schedule. Because just like everything else, finance is limited, and our finance is tied to our schedule. And every time we lose a day or we are lagging behind, it's going to affect our funding, and which is very critical for us. So this tend to slow us down a bit, but we overcame it, and here we are.
Verses can start from here. So by the time you guys land there, the third one can start.
This was something else entirely. It wasn't like the regular contemporary Nollywood movies. It's a musical movie, which can prove to be very, very tasking. Secondly, it's a movie that the director wanted a lot more. He wanted the movie to be, he didn't want to compromise quality, and wanted the movie to be, very, very international. It was like we're shooting Sound of Music, but, in contemporary times, and you can know how that is. And it's a movie that automatically that it's a movie out for awards. So it was very, very difficult to try and get things together and trying to put people together and try to, you come here, this is your job. Sometimes I literally had to explain to people and say, this is your job description. This is what you do. This is your jurisdiction. Don't cross this line. Don't do this. And after a while, we all came together. We became a team, we synergized, and it was wonderful.
Dealing with a lot of people on set, especially the actors, is not an easy thing to do. Everybody has different characters, different moods, and, as a production manager, I had to be able to work well with them, understand what they're going through. I mean, at the end of the day, everything went well. A couple of actors actually gave us problems, but, we had to just make sure we focus on the aim of the shoot.
Location was very, very, very crazy. The Nigerian factor came into play. One was searching for a location. After being granted places to shoot, getting there at the same time of shooting, the owner of the place will come and tell you, no, this, that, no, that. I think our location manager is just the only problem we had.
People are quick to criticize the Nollywood movie because they don't know what they go through. So I understand now, because they are actually operating under a hostile environment, and this no doubt affects the quality of the movie that has been produced, and we experienced this firsthand. But then, against all odds, we just have to overcome all these issues and still make sure that the quality of our movie is not affected. Okay, but I hope that this situation improves maybe as time goes by. People are more receptive to filmmakers. I mean, they should understand that when we make film, we are like the window. We are like the window to the outside world. They see the content that we produce, and they form their opinion about our country. And whatever we try to bring out, they should support it.
I have to say that when I first heard that it was like a musical, I was skeptical. And I was skeptical because I've watched a couple of Nigerian movies that told that line. And I will not crucify it because it was an attempt, but apparently the attempts, well, a number of them fell flat on their faces. So I was a little skeptical, but when I listened to the music, that was going to be injected into this, I mean, I was really surprised. It was just amazing to think that, okay, this was entirely thought through and they figured how they wanted to do this. I mean, it was just amazing to know that there was that much detail already in place for this. So it was ecstatic eventually to know how this was going to go.
At the point when I auditioned for it, I had no idea it was a musical movie. So when I got the script and I saw some songs in there and I asked, and the director says, "Oh, you have to sing." And I'm like, "Okay." I said, "No, don't worry." When I auditioned for it, I made sure I auditioned actors who could sing, and it was a selecting factor. So when I was, to say the truth, I was a bit skeptical because in the past we had songs that were musicals and it didn't really turn out well, in my opinion. So I didn't really give him that much benefit of doubt to pull it off. So I was given a CD of the song I was supposed to sing, and I go home and I listen to it, I'm like, wow, who sang this song? Who wrote this? Because I was skeptical if we're going to do copyrighted songs or if we're going to do something very original. But what I was listening to was bliss. It was a beautiful song.
My first reaction was, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was my first reaction. Because, I mean, I heard that I was going to be a part of this project. I was very excited. But then I got scared, when the director said to me that, oh, Chelsea, by the way, you have to record your own songs. And I'm like, okay, it's one thing to act and it's another thing to sing, And I felt, okay, it was, going to be easy, piece of cake. But then I realized that bathroom singing and professional singing are two different things. Everybody.
In the process of making this movie, we put a lot into it to make sure that it turns out big the way we plan it to. We put in a lot of content into it. I mean, more than you will generally get from the average movie out there. And when there are people who watch this movie, they'll get value for their money, definitely.
For this movie, let me first of all say that I like the name Hoodrush. I think that it's a name that will carry itself. I think it will sell itself. You just hear it and you hear something. The finished work will have the attention of the audience. I haven't seen the finished work, but I'm going by, things like the still photography I saw while we shot, the ideas that are nursed for what the post-production is supposed to be. I think that first of all, the audience will enjoy it. I also think that it gets into the right circles, internationally as well. I hope that it blows the minds of everyone who see it, and that the shelf life of it will be something that Nigerians and the world at large will talk about for a long time to come.
I'm trying to get out of this thing. I just need a few more weeks. I get what I need, and it's all over.
It's a film that is filled with actors who know what they're doing, who know their worth, who are very good actors who I respect. Antibimba Akintola, Osi, Gabriel, Chelsea. These are people who who do not do the run-of-the-mill acting. They are actors who know their craft. And for me, that's a plus to the movie, because everybody who was anybody in the film carried their parts well. Even the presenter, it was beautiful working with everybody on set. I'm not afraid for Hoodrush. It's a new thing. It's new Nollywood, so watch out for it.
Yeah, I call it a reference material. So if you call something a reference material, then you should know what it entails to make it a reference point for anything. It's a movie that is going to get to be a case study for some people in the industry as well. So Hoodrush is great. Hoodrush is big. Hoodrush has depth. And that's why you're going to see it.
It is a time of tradition, a time of values, a time.
The American icon is here.
To reach for the skies.
I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be rich, be a superstar.
Just wait to go now, wait to go. Let's check this out now. As far as talent ones are concerned, I'm done.
There comes a time to break your own rules.
Elijah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I told you now, Elijah is a woman of her words. Huh? Once you are nice to her, she'll be nice to you.
For anyone who ever wanted something bigger.
I'll give it to you,
until I got another opportunity to meet with you. And here we are. Dream come true.
I have a schedule that I follow. I adhere to it, seriously. Now, my worry is if you'll be able to cash in on this particular consignment. We also give them a legitimate reason for traveling, which is most important.
This fall, when you follow your own dream, there is no limit to how far you can go. Hoodrush.